So as I turn my shoulders back and forth, I'm not using these muscles, and I'm not using these muscles. I'm just turning my shoulders back and forth. When it comes to toe and heel, the cue I give myself is everybody stays the same. You guys, everything stays the same. It doesn't get to go whoop and start to change this way or that, okay? So that's kind of the cue I give myself, is I'm turning my shoulders back and forth, but everybody stays the same, okay? So that's the cue I want you to give yourself as you hit these.
So,
Yeah. So like that last one, right in the center. Excellent. So take a look.
it's pretty nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What percentage is that?
85. Got a smile on the tour for you. You actually swung that speck to the left. So, absolutely wonderful. Great. So you're gonna have to swing it. I recognize how careful you want to be, but you're gonna have to try to incorporate this into your normal motion, okay?
See, I've noticed that when I try and do the motion,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of decelerate or I don't go as far back.
Yeah, so that's where, I mean, that's the learning process. You know, it's like, okay, everybody stays the same, but I'm not going to be careful about it. In other words, I'm still going to make my same motion, right? As opposed to, okay, I'm going to hit in the center and I go this way and just go slowly. So keep your normal motion if you can. Wonderful. Look at that one. 0.8 millimeters.
That's really good. That's higher than the last one.
It's really good. Really, really good. Nice job. Yeah, and so the swing path, again, A pluses for you there, 1.2 to the right, and the face down to 0.9 open. So the face just a hair open. So you're still making a 13, 14 foot putt, which is great. Yeah, that looked like it was a hair on the toe. You just barely missed that inside ball. So that was 8.2 on the toe. And let's see what the direction. Yeah, and the face a little bit open. So that's why it missed to the right. So no craziness there with the action. It looks very clean, if you will. Ever so slight on the arc there. Very, very nice. So this is really a representation of how well you're letting it go along with the turning of the shoulders. So you see the little bit of a taste of a hold on the way through. Can you see that? So that'll be the area of focus to get this thing dead perfect all the time, is that it doesn't deviate off of that plane. See how nice and gentle the arc is on the way back? So it's just perfect. And it retraces it exactly. So there's no deviation. I mean, that's an excellent putting stroke. Really, really is.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm sort of nitpicking when I say that the through stroke part, but yeah, I mean, this is an excellent stroke. How'd you do?
Great.
Okay. Wonderful. See how it rolls on its line the whole way there? That was superb. Superb. Great putting stroke. This laser is a must-have.
I know. I'm thinking of buying one.
Yeah, no, I can get you one. It's really absolutely huge. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready?
How's it look?
Perfect.
Good. Okay. Excellent. So, if you miss, I want it to be about a foot past. So it's going to hold. It's going to have enough speed for it to hold its line, but not so fast that the capture speed is going too hard that it's not going to stay in the hole. is to make sure that it's not too careful.
Right.
I don't want it to be careful. So if you notice here, let me see that for a second.
I know, I'm being really careful for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, that's all right, that's all right. So, you know, like I say, this is not hard to do. That's not hard. This is not hard either. That's not hard. Putting a ball in the way doesn't make it any harder. So you see how it's got sort of a crispness to it, okay? So it's sort of got a air of intent about it, you know, that I'm not sort of waving at it like, gee, I hope this goes in. It's like, no, I don't, my goal here is to stand here and do this, just great. And if it happens to go in, wonderful. But I've done my job if I make my swing. So what I don't want to do is give it one of these where I go a little more carefully and I'm wishing that it goes in. Come on. Oh. No, I have to make my motion.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
So here's a way that you can feel that. So we'll do it on a practice stroke. So I can use a cadence, if you will. So I'm standing here, I get comfortable, and the look at my hole is number one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that helps me put that, rhythm in there.
Okay.
That was superb right there. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's like, you picture the stroke of someone who's got a very poor stroke, okay? Good. Yeah, I mean, my only thing here that I'm looking at is I want this to be backing up all this good stuff, okay? So that's huge, where it's not, especially on a putt of this length, it's like, you may or may not make it, who knows? But if you can hit a good putt, you'll make more than your share.
Right.
So that's what that's what your focus has to be. Because once you start waving at it like, oh, and I just hit this hyper and you're so close, I really want to make this putt, come on. Nope, that's not what it is. It's like you can stand there and do this every time. That is not hard to do. And so that's why I suggest a lot of putts where you're putting to nothing at all. So you feel what it's supposed to feel like.
Okay.
And so if it doesn't feel like that when you putt for real, then your mind's in the wrong place. You gotta put your mind in the right place for success here. And you can roll little putts to nothing at all, big putts to nothing at all, just to feel the whole flow of it. So the other thing is to putt with a line that's all the way around the ball. So just set up that line. It doesn't have to be a target. Just set it up to the thing, set up to the ball, make your motion, see if that thing's rolling the way it's supposed to, and that you didn't guide it, push it, or do anything to influence it. Huge. So if you can do that, now you have a sustainable practice regimen, if you will, so that you're grooving your action. What we're doing here is seeing if we're lining up correctly and if we're hitting it where we're looking. That's what we're doing. So if you think of yourself like a putting machine. So if I make myself a putting machine, then my machine, it sets up, and when it putts, it always hits it where it's aiming with a good roll, and it takes it off right where it's supposed to. Oh, it's a breaking putt. Better aim my putting machine over here. Now the machine goes boom and makes the same stroke. So that's the second part, is getting a feel for reading and playing breaks and stuff like that, and still hitting a good putt. All this stuff is building the machine, so that you hit it where you're looking. Yeah, because we've all experienced putts where you hit and you're like, it took off over there. You know, great, had no chance. So you're building the right kind of machine. And then through your practice, you start to dial in the breaks and stuff like that. But that mentality always, and that's on all your shots, is to anticipate that something good is going to happen. Okay, because there's a difference between committing to your shot, where you say, okay, the 17th on the south course is a tough tee shot at 40 lines to get the canyon over there on the left. Okay? So you say, all right, I've got my
target here, I'm gonna go to the right center of the fairway with my little draw, whatever your shot is, and you say, okay, I'm gonna commit to this shot. And here I go, I get up there, but I'm like, scary, it's so scary. So you're swinging with some apprehension, as opposed to anticipating that something good is gonna happen. So I'm setting up my target, there it is, I'm committing to my shot, but I'm also anticipating that something good is gonna happen. Okay, so we never anticipate that something bad is going to happen. If you do, you have to back off and either recommit or change your strategy. Where it's like, I'm aiming too close to the truck, I can't get comfortable there. You know, or I better not try to carry this away today. I'm not feeling it. You know?
Yeah.
So those are these kind of mentalities behind. You know, it's like what gets you from 2 to scratch or 2 to +2, stuff like that, where you have to be a giant up here. Because there's no amount of this stuff, all the great work you've done on your swing and all that, that's like the cake, or the icing on the cake is this part,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
So,
And that's big.
yeah.